Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. 2 videos today. I owe it to you guys, but a lot is going on. Yummy for the tummy stuff. But before we go on with today's video, all I ask is for you guys to hit that like button. It does take a lot of time to do these videos and editing, but it will also help share awareness to NEO. And as usual, I'll put the link to that Facebook group that Zahir and I started on Facebook, a NEO Bull group. And it's been growing exponentially just like NEO is. So what's been happening? Well, analysts expect NEO to post their quarterly earnings result on Tuesday, March 4th. And it says they expect 42 cents per share and revenue of $20.19 billion for the quarter. Also, NEO deliveries was 3,900 registrations for last week, up 39.29% from 2,800 the week before. And like I said, in March, you wouldn't have to worry if it's the month of March. You wouldn't have to check your calendar as we see Onvo continue to ramp up. So what's happening? Well, upcoming earnings could deliver a big positive surprise. Is this why UBS Group bought over 40 million shares just recently? Very interesting. Is this why Goldman Sachs gave us a sell rating while they keep buying? This is the way the game is played. They will continuously pump up dog poop, rat poop, cat poop, and bat poop in order to sell, and then they will say this NEO is a sell when they keep buying. This is the way the game is played. All you have to do is learn the game. So it says NEO is expected to report its quarterly earnings in a few days, and we could see a revenue surprise as the company reported strong sales of its Onvo model. NEO's two new models, Firefly and Onvo, are seeing good customer feedback, which should improve the sales projection for 2025. And remember, the big L90, Onvo L90 is coming as well. NEO is also looking to expand in international regions this year, which can deliver better margins compared to the highly competitive Chinese market. And we see a lot of the Chinese competition also doing that. They're going to all over the world, especially the BRICS nations, like I said would happen. A recent meeting between the Chinese administration and business leaders can also see a better regulatory climate. Let me say that again. A recent meeting between the Chinese administration and business leaders can also see a better regulatory climate and improve the overall sentiment towards Chinese stocks. NEO stock is trading at a forward PS ratio of 0.68 compared to more than 12 for Tesla, while showing a much stronger revenue growth trajectory. So as Tesla continue to tumble, analysts are now admitting, a lot of them, that Tesla is way overpriced. And as Tesla will continue to lose market share, we will see in the future the stock will make a big tumble. This is my personal opinion. As they continue to lose market share as they've been doing for the last 3 years. NEO's upcoming earnings will be important to gauge the impact of new models of the company's revenue trajectory. NEO had previously reported a 72.9% year-over-year growth, but we understand the illegal shorting is keeping the prices down so their buddies can buy. It says in December sales, the December sales were close to 31,000, which is faster than the average 20,000 deliveries reported by NEO in the prior months. This was due to the Onvo brand, which was recently launched. NEO has also launched a budget EV Firefly that's going to be released in April, which can boost the delivery and revenue growth in the next few quarters. In the previous article, it was mentioned that NEO is showing a positive tailwind after a year of intense competition. But we all knew, as the analysts were saying, bringing all the fear and why you should sell, we understand that our sub-brands were coming. Our Model 3 moment were coming. So NIO is also looking to expand in international regions. The EV market in China is highly competitive and it is difficult to deliver good margins. Having said that, we should also understand that NIO has outsold BMW, Benz, Audi, and Porsche combined in that price segment, even under intense competition. It says, we have seen a lot of price cuts by almost all EV brands in China, but NIO never did price cuts. A rapid move in international regions will also help NIO improve its margin and also give a better revenue growth runway. Recently, the Chinese administration met with some of the business leaders, which was a sign of more open regulatory environment, which is greatly needed in China, and it's happening. This could also improve the sentiment towards Chinese stock. NIO is trading at only 0.68 times the forward PS ratio. NIO has a much higher revenue growth projection compared to Tesla, which is facing falling sales and brand headwinds. Yes. Massive recalls. They just had a massive recall. Tesla just had a massive recall yet again. This is why I've always said the race is not for the swift, but for the one who can endure. We take our time in putting out a product, but we put it through rigorous testing to ensure there is almost no recalls whatsoever. Excuse me, guys. Upcoming earnings can be a surprise. NIO is expected to report $2.78 billion in revenue in the upcoming earnings. This would be a 16.8% year-over-year growth from the $2.3 billion reported in fourth quarter 2023. However, we could see a positive revenue surprise due to the massive sales of Onvo model in December 2024. Figure upcoming earnings metrics of NIO. In a report, NIO mentioned that it delivered 31,138 vehicles in December, which is 72.9% year-over-year growth. Most of the growth was due to 10,528 Onvo vehicles delivered. Now remember, most of the technology coming in Onvo is in-house. Our margins will improve in a massive way yet again. It says this also increased the fourth quarter deliveries to 72,689 in the fourth quarter, which would be a 45.2% year-over-year growth. This is why the analysts are saying it's a sell so their buddies can buy. This is why the illegal shorting in America dragged it down. This is why the American market has lost all credibility. Hopefully that changes with the Doge department, guided by Elon Musk, I will admit that is finding a massive amount of waste in billions and billions of dollars, and they're getting ready to give the American taxpayers a $5,000 check, most likely, from all the wastage that the last administration was doing. But anyway, recent announcement for December sales, and hopefully they're going to go after the SEC as well for a lot of corruption. Recent announcement for December sales, NIO filing. NIO has launched a budget EV called the Firefly. According to Reuters, the company is planning on launching this EV in Europe in the first half of 2025. It is likely that we might see some strong positive forward guidance in the upcoming earnings. The massive delivery numbers of Onvo have already increased the revenue base of the company. The budget EV Firefly will likely lead to much higher forward projection, increasing the growth potential of the stock. International sales will be a key deliver. The European Commission has recently announced massive tariffs up to 45% of Chinese EVs. This has hurt the potential of many Chinese EV companies in the lucrative European market. Recently, it was reported that China is doing its best to push for negotiations with the European Union, minus speed bump. The results of these negotiations are yet to be seen. The new German government might also have a more positive attitude towards trade with China in order to reduce the challenges faced by the German economy. And we have a far right-wing government taking over in Germany, so we can see this coming. This is why I've always said minus speed bump. It is time for Olaf Scholz to go. Yes. NIO has faced a very intense competitive environment in China. There have been massive price cuts over the past few quarters by many EV players in China. This has hurt the ability to deliver better margins for NIO. But we didn't do price cuts. Instead, we lower our price on battery as a service. We gave away some free Navigate on Pilot Plus. The international market could be better in terms of lower competition and higher margins. The international markets would also give NIO a long runway for growth. Besides Europe, NIO is also looking to enter other international markets, including Southeast Asia, and I spoke about that, ASEAN, and Latin America, I spoke about that. The budget EV Firefly would be more attractive model in emerging markets. We also know we're spreading throughout the Middle East and North Africa. Lower tariffs in these regions and no tariffs at all could also improve the revenue potential of the company. Big, great things are ahead for us. Positive signs from Chinese administration. One of the biggest headwinds for NIO stock has been the overall poor sentiment towards Chinese stocks. This has reduced the multiple of almost all the major companies in China, but we see that changing now with Alibaba and others, with Qwen 2.5, DeepSeek. Chinese administration has recently made a rare meeting with business leaders. This can signal a more open regulatory environment. Huawei and Alibaba management were also present during the meeting. The Chinese economy is also facing some headwinds due to lower growth amid and a tough real estate market that is now changing. This increases the positivity of better regulatory environment in the near term. The renewal of tariff renegotiation between China and Europe is already showing a more flexible approach by Chinese regulators. NIO stock could benefit from this macro tailwind as the sentiment towards other Chinese stocks also improve, because people are seeing the shift in what's happening with BRICS and ASEAN. And I said this was coming, and you will see that continuing to show fruition. Future stock trajectory. NIO is trading at a massive discount, and this is why I keep buying, compared to some other EV companies. A comparison with Tesla shows a clear difference between the two companies. Tesla received 21% of its revenue from China and other 29% from other international regions. Tesla has already shown a decline in sales and is also facing branding headwinds in Europe, leading to a massive sales decline. Figure comparison of PS ratio of NIO, Tesla, and Lucid. However, Tesla stock continues to trade at a PS ratio of over 12. On the other hand, NIO is trading at only 0.68 times the revenue projection for the fiscal year ending December 2025. For NIO 2025, NIO is projected to deliver over 40% year-over-year revenue growth for this year. So this is why the great Warren Buffett said that the stock price is never a true reflection of the company's true valuation. And this is why you always look at what the company is doing and not what the stock price is doing. When the stock price is not a true reflection and it's way underpriced, this is when you buy. This is the deal. NIO continues to report losses. However, an expansion in international regions could improve the margins, along with, we all know about a lot of in-house developed technology like the chip, like the God chip. A higher delivery rate will also provide better economies of scale, leading to improved margins for NIO. NIO has competitive EV models and has shown a good growth rate despite massive competition amongst Chinese EV players. The launch of new models and entry into international regions could boost the revenue and margin trend for the company. At the same time, the stock is quite cheap when compared with other EV companies, make it an attractive bet in the EV industry. And this is when you buy, when it's on sale. When the company is doing what it's supposed to do and when the stock price is on sale, you should be a fool not to buy. It's like going to Macy's and seeing that Armani jacket on sale. Don't you get excited? Well, this is the same thing. The only difference is the Armani jacket will not give you any return, but NIO stock will. Investor takeaway. NIO could deliver a big surprise in the upcoming quarter when we take into account 72% year-on-year growth in deliveries in December. The company has also launched a budget EV called Firefly and is looking to start selling this model in Europe in the first half of 2025. A potential reduction in tariffs between China and Europe could be a major boost for NIO, and we see that happening with the Orange Lion Trump imposing tariffs against almost every country imaginable. He's pushing them right into China's arms. It's exactly the way I projected it to be. The Chinese administration is also showing greater flexibility, which should be strong macro tailwind for NEO and other Chinese stocks. NEO is trading at only 0.68 times the estimated revenue of fiscal year ending December 2025, despite a projected 42% year-over-year revenue growth. This is quite low and gives a big upside potential for the stock in the next few quarters. This is why UBS bought over 40 million shares recently. They understand that the volcano is about to erupt. They understand that the dragon is about to release in this, the year of the snake in China. So I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up right there, because it takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the game is played in Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.